Okay, so I am not happy about the whole Mega Man thing. Oh, I gotta click on this. So I figured I should probably play a favorite of mine, and you probably already saw it, Metroid 4, Metroid Fusion. The whole cutscene before. I think you see it in the beginning of at the beginning of this game. So I figured I might as well just skip it right off the bat. And sorry, you probably can't hear me. All right, there we go. That should make it a little bit better. This is as low as the audio goes for this game, so I really hope it doesn't go like way above my own voice. So yeah, we're gonna start out with Metroid Fusion. It's an awesome game. I would like the first time I played it, I was really I wasn't very confident in this game being all that great. Like, just because it's a GBA game and it's the direct it's pretty much the successor to Super Metroid, Metroid 3, which is an incredible game. That's like, it's so difficult to live up to. So, I mean, I was just going into this thinking like, well, this can't possibly be all that great, and it ended up being pretty dang good. But anyways, I am kind of skipping over plot here. But, so basically, this whole game is about Samus, having saved the galaxy a few more times, going back to the original planet of all these aliens and everything, and finding this weird virus there called X, which is totally original in every way for anything ever, but especially diseases. But yeah, as it's saying here, the X gets into Samus's nervous system and pretty much takes her over, and instead of really controlling her, it just kind of shuts her down. So she crashes. But yeah, so it basically sends her into like this whole coma. So the doctors have to surgically remove her whole suit, and so that way she doesn't, die. And they realize that the best way to cure it is to inject her with the cells of this X thing's natural predator, which is, surprisingly enough, Metroids. And they just happen to have some nice little Metroid cell things lying around. And so they're like, hey, let's inject her with this. And it ends up saving her. And they still end up having to... Oh, yep, there's the Metroid stuff. I would totally skip this, but I really can't, so... but yeah. So it saves her. They still have to remove her suit and get rid of all that stuff because it's still infected and they have to like look at it. So they pretty much just they take it away to some different research station to be looked at, and that's kind of where the main point of this plot falls into place because well, I won't spoil it or anything, but it does have to do with that armor. And what's left is this. What was left of her armor is pretty much fused with, I guess, like parts of her Zero suit. I really still can't tell because it's not her combined with her suit, I don't think, because when you die in this game, it shows her just completely separate from the suit. So I don't know. It could be a number of things, but whatever. Oh well. And here's the guy that is gonna guide you through the entire game, Mr. Bloopy Bloopy Light Guy. I forgot what he's called. But yeah. I should really be paying attention to this because I kind of need a refresher on the beginning of this game, because it hasn't been that long. I think it's only been a few weeks actually since I beat this game. But I really liked it, so I figured I might as well play it again. But yeah, it's basically explaining that this computer dude's like, hey, you have to go to the research station that we sent your armor to, because there's stuff going on there. So just don't worry about it. We're just going to send you to this research station. You just need to check things out. Things haven't been going as normal, so if you could look into that, that'd be spectacular. So it's pretty much the beginning of every other Metroid game, which is, like I just said, just go check out the research station. Nothing could go wrong. And nothing goes wrong. You walk in and you don't see any of this map. They really just tease you, and you just walk in, you say hi to some research dudes, they're like, hey, nothing's wrong. You're like, hey, cool, man. And you walk away, you get in your ship, and it's all good. It's just really, it really diverts from the normal games out there. You know, usually things go wrong. This game decides to be different. Okay, in all seriousness, it's pretty obvious things go horribly wrong. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. But on a more serious note, some things they do keep the same in this Metroid game, the same as like Super Metroid. You know, the jumps, the pew pew pew. Even though this actually is a little bit different than it was in the shooting is a little bit different than it was in Super Metroid. But they do bring in a whole new thing, which is grabbing ledges, which was never a thing before, which is pretty cool. You also can't sprint right off the bat because there are only 2 buttons. It's a GBA game. But yeah, they also introduce new things like navigation rooms, which honestly, I feel like they take away from the game while also adding to it. Because one cool thing that these navigation rooms do add is plot. They tell you extra things about the levels and about what you're about to do, what you're really getting into. They can even sometimes give you some backstory to the whole thing. And it's kind of nice to get a bit of a reminder where you have to go, but at the same time, one thing that Super Metroid, like the original Super Metroid, really did well was, well, first enemy of the game, already can't kill it. It really did well was it taught you how to play it. I always say this, but old games, they taught you how to play them through the game. They didn't give you like a stupid amount of directions. The most they would usually do, which is this is what Super Metroid did, it just told you what the different, like, basically what your items would do. That was all it told you. It never told you where to go. It just, you could usually figure it out for yourself. And instead of telling you why you wanted to go there, you wanted to go there. You were playing this game, you were playing Super Metroid for a reason, because you want to be an intergalactic bounty hunter. You want to destroy this chemical, this weird, like in this game specifically, you want to destroy the thing that nearly killed you, because you're Samus. You're Samus Aran. You're this epic badass bounty hunter that just stops at nothing to get justice or whatever she does. I don't even know. I've played like 2 of the games, but I love the series already. But this guy's basically explaining that the X is now a health system because I'm immune to it. But I don't know. Super Metroid just had a great way of just making you feel like you were Samus. That's something that they lose in this game because eventually Samus gets dialogue. She's gotten dialogue before, but that was always, excuse me, it was always prologue in a way, you know, basically letting you know maybe a little bit of backstory on her, or just telling you what the game's going to be about. And that was completely fine. Like, I don't really mind them establishing that, like, right away. But, I mean, in this game, they give her, like, in-game dialogue. There's a point where she herself talks to another character and all that. And when I saw that, I'm like, I mean, this is kind of cool, but at the same time, once again, they're losing the connection with the character, or their kind of connection with the character. You no longer feel like you are Samus. You feel like you're watching Samus. You feel like she's a completely different person. I mean, which she is, but I don't know. It was always just a really cool thing about Metroid. I always loved how, you know, if anything happened to you, if like it happened to you, not someone on the screen, and yeah, I'll stop rambling about that. But I don't really like the navigation rooms. I like them and I don't, because it is kind of nice to kind of know where you're going. At the same time, and I feel like it might have been necessary for this game, because there are a lot of places you have to go, and it's kind of nice not to have to run around everywhere, but it takes away the feeling of satisfaction from actually figuring out where to go and what to do. I mean, in Super Metroid, I played it recently, a little bit more, well, not as recently as Fusion, but I played it, and I played through the entire thing without a single YouTube walkthrough, and by the end of the game, I felt like I really accomplished something. So the game was difficult, but it was rewarding. It constantly gave you rewards as you went along. You constantly felt like you were working towards something worthwhile. Like, you were constantly working towards, and your objective was clear from the beginning of the game. Find the Metroid larva. Find the thing that could restart the entire thing you've worked the past 2 games to stop. If you don't get it, then everything you've done could be undone. In an instant. So, you feel driven to plunge back into the planet, whatever, SR338 or Zebes or whatever, or if they're the same thing, I don't even remember. You feel driven to go back in because just because you want to, you don't want to see your work undone, which is exactly what would happen. And I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but I don't know, just like even me, I hadn't played a single Metroid game beforehand, but oh my gosh, yeah, it's just ahead. I shouldn't have stopped. Oh my gosh, I keep losing my train of thought. Gosh. I don't know. I'm just gonna move on to my next thing, but, like, next thing is the upgrades, which they bring a lot of them back in this game. They all feel worthwhile, or almost. Okay, well, power shutting down. That's good. They've knocked out the elevators. Oh boy. So, related to the X, I wonder... huge bio signs. Well, that's good. Okay, yep, yep, yeah, thanks, oh my gosh. I'm so glad you took the time to tell me that. Oh my gosh, get away. Okay, but, sorry, I don't know, I'm just... even though I am making fun of it a lot, I do really enjoy this game. Okay, I can't drop down here. Oh, okay, I got the missiles. I thought I had gotten the morph ball or something, because that was always the first upgrade in the other Metroid games. But like missiles, they do help you quite a bit. I'm the kind of conservative dude who just won't use them unless absolutely necessary, which is okay. Like Metroid actually is like whatever. Like they don't really force you to use the missiles unless it's for boss fights. And I do like that. I like how the missiles are super useful. Like, you feel like you really gotta stock up on them before a boss fight. Because if you don't, then you're kind of screwed. Another thing in this game, it's like, it tricks you into thinking that you've actually gotten a whole lot of items when you really haven't. Like, man, like, by the time I beat this game, like, I felt like I had gotten a lot of stuff, and it turned out that I'd only gotten, like, 38%. Because at the end of the game it tells you what your percentage was for finding items. And mine was pretty low. Like I said, it was like 38%, and I'm like, well, that's weird. I felt like I was getting a lot of stuff. I felt like they were really just giving stuff to me. But, yeah, surprisingly enough, no. A lot of it's apparently harder to find than I thought. But another cool thing that this game kind of added, well, I guess I probably shouldn't bring that up yet. I will once we get to it. I'm sure we'll get to it in this episode, or we won't. Now that I look at the time, I don't know if we'll have a whole lot of time for that, but I guess I'll make this first episode a little bit longer, just so that we can get to some more interesting parts of the game. Probably go to like 20 minutes. Oh, I'm already... wow, I'm actually right near, the first target. And a kind of nice thing about this game was they kind of eliminated sequence breaking. And for those of you who don't know what sequence breaking is, it was basically when people would be able to do part of the game before it was originally meant to be done. And this was usually achieved in Super Metroid, at least, through, oh, well, here's the first little bossy thing. But, Super Metroid, this was originally achieved by wall jumping. Wall jumping was incredibly difficult to do in Super Metroid, but if you could get it down, you could get early access to a lot of areas. Which was, well, not a lot of areas, but a decent amount at least, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Don't get me wrong, Nintendo definitely did what they could to, like, stop this from happening. Still, it did happen, so that's not good. Oh, okay, well there go 2 more missiles. But, great, I'm out of missiles. Alright, can I, please tell me I can still, okay, I can still damage him with my normal thing. But, luckily they did make the wall jump a little bit less high in this game, which, prevents a lot of the sequence breaking, which is really good because you don't feel inclined to cheat. And I died. Dang it, that's like that's the first boss. It's an incredibly easy boss. It's one thing that I do. This game, the first 2 bosses, pretty dang easy. Even though I did just die on that one, most of these bosses are pretty easy. Towards the beginning of the game. So that's the whole thing. Oh, this door's already open. I guess I already had it open. But I do love the ledge grab. It's a great alternative to wall jumping, because that was just a pain to have to do in Super Metroid, and they do it very sparingly in this game. It seems to mainly be in just so that you don't feel like you're going backwards with your abilities, which you oftentimes are in these games, simply because they need something for you to collect. So I've never really minded that version of going backwards. But yeah, okay, just gotta jump over this guy. I also love climbing ladders, which they added. Once again, a nice alternative to wall jumping, and it's pretty fun to be able to, like, shoot off the side of a little ladder and just kind of take out people, or whatever these are. Gosh, I'm really getting wrecked by this guy. Like, I totally should not be, because he's a really easy boss. A really, really easy boss. Oh, dear goodness. Come on, come on. A little bit further. Oh, he's gonna knock me off the wall. Alright. Come on. Oh, I am so not good. I swear, I am good at Super Metroid, or Metroid. You know, I'm good at this game. Even though it totally doesn't seem like it at all. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, I needed the missiles. Okay, give me that. Okay, come on, work with me here. I gotta hit him again. I gotta hit him again. Okay, what? Okay, what am I supposed to do now? Oh, wait, I can just keep shooting him and they'll keep giving me stuff. There we go. Come on. Luckily, this first guy doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And there we go. I think this gives me bombs? Morph ball, okay. Right, I need morph ball before I can get bombs. Yeah, I think I'll probably save and then I'll stop for now. But, in the meantime, anything else this game added? I do love the whole concept of Samus, like, using her enemies as a health thing. I think it's a really cool thing. Although I don't entirely understand it sometimes, because I still don't get, like how she really, like, how did she come out of surgery with, like, different armor if it wasn't really combined with her? Like, I would understand it if it was, like, combined with her flesh or whatever, and she was permanently fused to her suit, but she's not. Like, you can clearly see it. I don't know, it's confusing, but whatever. It's still pretty cool. I still really like it. It's a cool, once again, cool concept. Where else did I have to go? I think I restored power, so... Oh, well, I don't really have to worry about it in this episode, because, there's a save point right here, so... Yeah. I figured I'd be able to get to like, the next elevator, at least, but, I'm pretty much at 20 minutes now, so I think we're gonna stop. Hopefully this whole recording wasn't completely useless because the music was way too loud, but anyways, I hope so far you're enjoying this, and I hope you continue to enjoy it, because I do plan to do this. I do actually plan to finish this game, as opposed to Mega Man X, because I actually enjoy this game, but in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.